Hey, there we go. I think we started. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done some streaming, but as I have a bit of free time these days due to waiting to start a new job, I thought I would do some lunch streaming again. Haven't done this for a really long time. Last time I did it was Bloodborne, which was over a year ago, I think. And I thought because Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver's had its remastered edition. It's a game I absolutely love. I thought I would do a playthrough of it. It's not a particularly long game, so I can probably bang it out in like 3 sessions, I suppose. I'm going to do a full playthrough, get all like the secrets and glyphs and stuff like that. I've done a couple of playthroughs already. I've already platinumed it. I say it's not a particularly long or hard game, but yeah, I thought I'd give that a go because it's a game I really, really love. And my battery's low already. That's good, isn't it? So yeah, let's start a new game and enjoy some lovely, lovely voice acting.
The clans tell tales of him. Few know the truth. He was mortal once, as were we all. However, his contempt for humanity drove him to create me and my brethren. I am Raziel, firstborn of his lieutenants. I stood with Kain and my brethren at the dawn of the Empire. I have served him a millennium. Over time, we became less human and more divine. Kain would enter the state of change and emerge with a new gift. Some years after the Master, our evolution would follow, until I had the honor of surpassing my lord. For my transgression, I earned a new kind of reward. Agony.
I have seen this intro cutscene probably 20, 30 times over the years. I love it every time. Every time. It's so good. I have never played the original Legacy of Kain though, like the original 2D top-down one, which stars Kain. It's basically the not the prequel to this because it came out first, but it's basically the predecessor to this. It's how Kain became a vampire and why the world is the way it is and all that stuff. This is set about what, 1,000 years, I think, after the end of Blood Omen 1. I don't know where Blood Omen 2 fits into the chronology.
Tumbling, burning with white-hot fire, I plunged into the depths of the abyss. Unspeakable pain, relentless agony. Time ceased.
That was embarrassing.
Only this torture and a deepening hatred of the hypocrisy that damned me to this hell. An eternity passed, and my torment receded.
So I think I'm going to get up to the first fight with Kain today. I feel like a good milestone.
Yet,
Right, so Raziel grows wings, Kain doesn't like it, chucks him into the lake to burn forever, be like, how dare you surpass me? And now Raziel is reanimated as the most late 90s, early thousands edgelord anti-hero. I originally played Soul Reaver back when I was like, I say probably like the 14 to 16 range, and my god, like perfect time to be hit by it because it's just such a product of its time.
pitiful form is this that I have come to inhabit?
This is the nice remastered graphics. You can click in and see that's how it used to look.
You did not survive the abyss, Raziel. I have only spared you from total dissolution.
Thanks, Tony J.
I would
Rest in peace.
oblivion over this existence.
The choice is is not yours.
I could probably, I've seen this so many times, I could probably, like, quote this text from memory.
Born. The birth of one of Cain's abominations traps the essence of life. It is this soul that animates the corpse you lived in. And that, Raziel, is the demise of Nazgûl. There is no balance. The souls of the dead remain trapped. I cannot spin them in the wheel of fate. They cannot complete their destinies. Redeem yourself. Or if you prefer, avenge yourself. Settle your dispute with Cain. Destroy him and your brethren. Free their souls and let the wheel of fate churn again. Use your hatred to weave their souls. I can make it possible. Become my soul weaver.
He said the thing! That's the name of the game! Oh, he's so bouncy, Raziel. He's such a bouncy boy. Right, so here we are in the underworld, in the spirit realm, which was like the big thing of this game back in the day, that you switch between the spirit and material realms to like solve puzzles, and it is a puzzle game. It's not like an action or adventure game. It is a puzzle game because like you cannot die. If you die, you just get warped back to the Elder God, and you just have to go back to where you were. So there is no fail state. So it is essentially a puzzle game. There's our fast travel gates, which is nice. Let's look at him. Oh, look at him. Oh, Razzie.
The old hunger has left me. I have no desire for blood.
You are changed. Your bloodthirst is replaced by a deeper need.
Deeper and edgier. A devourer of souls.
To sustain your strength, you must hunt the lost spirits of the underworld and consume the souls of your enemies.
Right. Pull down his cool cloak. Just hang out by this fountain of souls. Just gobble them up. Right, we're at full health.
Take hold of them as you leap, and they will carry you across this chasm.
Alright, first bit of combat against these dudes.
The scavengers of the underworld.
That's how they used to look. They've not benefited too much from the remaster. They look basically the same. Right, let's have some kind of janky combat, but it's fine. Then we get to eat them. And carry on.
The spectral and material realms.
It's a pretty good intro sequence, I think, honestly. It's considering what this was mid-late 90s this came out, I think it's like a pretty good tutorial. I know a lot of people go on about the Tomb Raider 2, like the mansion, the assault course where you sort of learned the controls there, but I think this is just as good, if not better, I think, in terms of like a, you know, learn by doing.
sustain your strength to prolong your manifestation in the physical world. If you fail to feed or absorb too many wounds...
Right, so while in the material realm, health will gradually tick down. So we need to keep eating souls. Fortunately, we're going to get a opportunity to do that.
You still retain many of your vampiric weaknesses. Immersion in water, while not fatal, will dissolve your physical body, forcing your return to the spirit world. Be aware that in the spectral realm, water has neither heft nor lift. It stands as thin as air.
Which will matter for some puzzles later. You do eventually get an upgrade to swim, which is fun. That's basically what the game is. It's going to different bosses, getting different traversal powers, so you can go to the next boss. It's very sort of Metroidvania-y.
Do you not recognize them? They are the children of your brother, Duma.
These guys have definitely benefited from the remastered graphics, because that's how they used to look.
Kin of our high blood?
Do you suppose that time stood still for you, Raziel? Much has changed since you passed from the world of men.
Yeah, so it's been like 1,000 years he's been in the bottom of the lake, so all the surviving vampires have like mutated horribly into like these like grotesque beasts.
Having suffered them myself. Physical wounds are fleeting. Vampire's immortal flesh begins to close as soon as it is cleaved. Vampires need only fear those wounds that impale or inflame. Water scorches like acid, and fledglings are devastated by sunlight's touch. I would have to modify my tactics to suit my foes.
The one thing that annoys me in this area where you're learning to fight is there's not like a fire as well to like show you how to set things on fire, or there's no weapons actually, which is like the spears or the torches that you can gain. That would have been pretty cool.
Or you will be compelled to follow.
So interesting, if you don't eat a soul, like the body stays there, which is fairly interesting. And I think it stays there, basically forever. But it's interesting if you kill a vampire with a spear that impales them, because if you don't eat the soul and then you remove the spear, they come back to life. Alright, get used to pushing blocks. This is a game about pushing blocks. This is the first of many block puzzles. There's two things we do in Soul Reaver. We kill vampires and we move blocks. Oh, I never move over. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna grab a torch.
My God! The sanctuary of the clans reduced to ruin. Beyond these walls lay the pillars of Nosgoth, the seat of Kain's empire. How humble it now appeared, collapsing into the dust of its former magnificence. And yet, I had only just emerged. In the instant between my execution and resurrection, centuries had apparently passed.
This world is wrecked with cataclysms. The earth strains to shrug off the pestilence of Kain's parasitic empire. The fate of this world was preordained in an instant by a solitary man. Unwilling to martyr himself to restore Nosgoth's balance, Kain condemned the world to the decay you see.
So this is the big thing, and they kind of don't explain it that well in this game. It kind of does require you to have some pre-existing knowledge of the story. So the big throne room we saw at the very start is where the pillars of Nosgoth are, and they are essentially like the foundations of the world, and they're like a huge thing in the lore of the game. And basically, like the first Blood Omen game where you play as Kain, the very first one, he is basically meant to sacrifice himself to restore like balance to the pillars, because he is meant to be like the guardian of one of the pillars, and all the other guardians go mad, which is why there's like imbalance and corruption stuff. But the canon ending is he refuses the sacrifice and thus remains a vampire, and that's why we had the world in. So you can, in the original, from what I understand, sacrifice yourself. That is not the canon ending, because then this all doesn't happen. But yeah, it doesn't really explain the pillars that much. It was a bit of a shame. We've now got a spear, which is the best thing in this game, because now we can just go around, sneak up on vampires and impale them, which is the best. And what I love doing is seeing how long we can keep this particular spear. This is my pet spear. There are many spears like it, but this one is mine. Unlock another fast travel gate. Things like, for like a PS1 game, pretty big open world with no loading screens, which was, you look back on it, it's actually pretty impressive. It's not a huge world, but like it's big enough to like explore and stuff.
This, at least, had remained constant. The endlessly swirling vortex of the abyss, my tomb, and the womb of my rebirth. Though much of Nosgoth's landscape had changed, these cliffs gave me my bearings. My clan territory was to the west. I was anxious to see how my descendants had fared during the centuries of my absence.
Alright, so let's go back to Raziel's old stomping grounds. Because the thing, like, each of the vampires who are at the start, like all his brothers, they are all... Oh, alright. They are all, essentially they have a whole bloodline of kindred. So all these ones that we're killing now are, as it said, they are children of his brother Dumar, who is... one of the very last bosses we fight, actually, Dumar. And looks like his home has been overrun by them, the Dumarhim. Jump away. I am determined to keep this spear. This is my favourite spear. Right, I'm going to move this block, because that's going to be important later. So up there is a health power up that we can't get to yet because it's behind a gate, but we will soon get the means to get it. I'm just going to turn the volume down a little bit. There we go. Right.
Utter desolation. My once proud kin wiped from this world like excrement from a boot.
Yep, so all his kids got killed, which is pretty grim. Which is always, like, back when this game was new, and, I was so into this game, was like, I wonder what, like, if the Razielim survived, like, how would they have mutated? Well, they'd all have, like, wings and stuff. They'd probably have wings. But yeah, it'd just be cool to see, like, you know, like a what if they survived and what if they had mutated as well. Actually, I think there was a, I want to say there was like a online, like a Memorpaga, like set in like Nosgoth, which featured all the different vampire clans, like before they all got corrupted and mutated. And I think the Raziel in this, I don't really know much about that, but I think it was meant to be like vampire hunters versus the different types of vampires, and each of the vampires I think were a different class. I don't really know much about it, but yeah. Or if it even was a thing, if it was like actually got released, or if it was like something that's got stuck in development hell for a while. But yeah. Remember this water? It will be relevant later. So let's keep going through Raziel's his old place. There we go. Panicked there, nearly thought I'd lost my spear. That gives me joy every time to do the move where you push them away and then throw the spear to kill them. So I've played this game so many times. But it's so good. I love the way that he throws it so accurately, so like quickly. It just makes my brain do the happy juice. We will be coming back to this tower later to get collectibles, but we will be literally right at the end of the game because we need the final upgrade. Right. So first proper level, I would say, is the cemetery, the necropolis. We meet a new type of vampire.
I didn't recognize these flayed racks of flesh. Their scent was vampiric. They gnawed upon their victim's carcass like dogs.
So, obviously more different vampires from a different brother. Oh, a human vampire hunter. We are going to leave him alone because that's going to make some parts of the game much easier.
This charnel house bore the unmistakable marks of Melchiah's clan. To what depths had our dynasty plummeted if these ghouls were the descendants of my high-born brother? Were they so debased as to recruit fledglings from the desiccated corpses here interred?
Oh, come on. There we go.
My brother Melchiah was made last. therefore received the poorest portion of Cain's gift.
Sucks to be Malkaya.
Although immortal, his soul could not sustain the flesh, which retained much of its previous human frailty. This weakness, it seemed, was passed on to his offspring. Their fragile skins barely contained the underlying decay.
He's just scratching himself. Yeah, this is something I really liked about Story, was that all the different vampire brothers have like their own distinct type of vampire, and it's just, I love that kind of stuff, because this was around the same time, like in Warhammer Fantasy, the vampire counts got like a bunch of new lore about all their different types of families, like the Necroarches, Blood Dragons, Strigoi, like all those. So yeah, it's this perfect vampiric storm, and I think I was just learning about maybe like Vampire the Masquerade as well, as an RPG. So yeah, there's definitely like a period in my late teens where I was just like, oh my god, everything is edgelord vampires, and I was there for it. Right, across the lake, try not to fall in. Idiot. Well, saved me a job there. Oh, can we get him on the... No. It's the one thing, like grappling them and then trying to throw them onto the wall spikes is a little clunky. It's a little awkward. Right, so this is the first time we actually have to shift into the spectral realm to do a puzzle, because in the spectral realm, certain platforms, distend and change and open up paths that would otherwise be inaccessible. And also the first time we get to meet a vampire wraith, who make horrible noises when they die.
This plane, they become eaters of souls. Do not allow these spirits to re-inhabit their corpses.
Alright, there he is. He's going to slowly float down. Come on. Come on. There we go. But you can eat them, that's fine. Also noticing in the Spectrum, can't pick up my spear anymore. She can't interact with physical objects. Another mechanic we're going to get used to a lot. Flipping blocks. So it basically is 90% block puzzles, this game. You know, it's like 5% excellent voice acting, 5% kind of traversal, exploration, janky combat, and then 90% block puzzles. Right, so now we do one of those. Move out this block. So he's going to come back to life. But so I can kill him. I'm going to jump on top of the block because they can't follow me on top of the block. Eat the soul. So the sparkles around him show that he is like a reanimated vampire. Like it's a wraith who has repossessed the body. And they're just like a little bit more dangerous because they hit you. They like drain your health much faster until like you can stop them. But they're not like much tougher. So they just keep spawning from here. That's alright. Just keep spearing them. So now that opens that gate, so we can go back, basically loop back round, and use that platform up there to get across. But first things first, grab a spear. So I gotta keep that spear for as long as possible. I really wish there'd been some sort of like trophy for like using the same spear for like a certain amount of time, or like being able to carry it between like certain areas or something. That would have been fun. Right, so we go across this in the spectral realm, because in the spectral realm we can't affect or interact with the physical world, so now this platform won't go down. Need a soul though, because otherwise I can't shift back. There's one down there. Is that going to come up to me? You're going to make me do this all again? Okay, alright. Right. Hop up. Should have done it here. Should have eaten a soul while I was in here. Where's my spear? No! Oh no, I've lost my spear. Oh, that's a shame. Right, another block puzzle. Don't worry, there's more after this. If you like block puzzles, you're in for a good time. Right, and then the thing we will be doing a lot of later, flipping faces. There are a couple of absolute pigs of these later, of flipping the faces, which, like, they're not hard, it's just time consuming. Very important to push this block down, otherwise you have to go through all that again. But the whole point was getting this block. So we can put it on here. Actually, I shouldn't have thrown... Oh, that's right. I've got it, because there is a fire up here I can relight it from. Oh, there is a staff as well. Do you like a staff? Especially this weird, like, Egyptian burial staff. There's another one up here, I think. I wonder if I can sneak up and get the... No. Right. Big main puzzle chamber. Looks intimidating, is actually quite easy. Right, I think we want to go this way. From what I remember. Yes. Right, so there is a vampire hunter here. But because we didn't attack his mate at the very start, he's now like, oh my god, like, I love you, Raziel, you're the best, because you didn't kill a human. Which is great. Because you do have the option of killing that first human, and then that just like permanently aggroes all the humans forever then. And there is you can find the human city and run around that, and there's quite a lot of upgrades there and secrets. So if you keep the humans friendly, that whole bit is a lot easier, because then they're not attacking you, which is great. It's not like humans are particularly like dangerous or anything, but you know, it's just one less thing to worry about while you're trying to do like puzzles or like just explore. He might even let me just have a little sip on the soul, a little sip of the soul there. But they're fine with that. That doesn't aggro them, which is good. So, you know, lesson of Soul Reaver. Be friendly to humans. There we go, good lesson to learn. Right, so then this goes down. So we need to lower it down one more level. Need to move this out first, so we can get back out later. So we go down this super long tunnel. Right, and then we have to move all these braziers to beneath these support beams, which is supporting the bit above. last one. Right. This comes down. Right, so then now we have to get these braziers like into the corners of the platform, which is like, again, not difficult. They're right there. Ah, right. Exciting gameplay section finally finished. Right. So now we have to leave this here because we need to... Oh, we're going to have to go into the spectral realm for this bit anyway because we've got our first boss fight. And we're going to deal with the first of Raziel's brothers. And he definitely got a glow up from the enhanced graphics.
Show yourself, creature. Do you not recognize me, brother?
Oh no, he's a giant corpse monster!
Melchiah? Yes.
So good, so good. That's what he used to look like in the PS1 graphics. Definitely a glow up.
You will find Nosra.
He's just a bunch of corpses glued together. I love it. I love it.
What has become of my clan? Answer me, little brother, or I will beat an answer from your
Straight out of Bloodborne.
Everyone is afraid, sibling.
Not straight out of Bloodborne. He could be in Bloodborne and it would be fine.
These times of change are so unsettling. Do you think I feel no revulsion for this form? Do you believe for a
Feel weirdly sad and upset for Melchiah because he's obviously locked himself away. Like how much effort we had to get here. Like he obviously hates himself. Like all the others are like, oh yeah, I've evolved. I'm like I've gained new powers now. And Melchiah is just like, I'm gross and horrible and I hate myself. So we're gonna do. For some reason, he has big spiky gates on either side of his arena, which we bring down on top of him. Go across the other one. Shan't hurt him normally. All the bosses are like puzzle fights, where the puzzle is usually hit them 3 times with a thing. With their incredibly... Why would you have this in your room? Oh, you can see in the background there, he phased through something, and that's going to be the instrument of his demise. So that lever comes down. Oh, his little skittly legs. Oh, I love it. Alright. Stand in the middle. He phases through. Jump over there. And then activate the giant meat grinder he has in his bedroom for some reason. Look, I'm not going to judge. But it's a pretty stupid idea. But knowing what we know about Melchiah and like how he feels, like he's probably okay with it. Like, oh no, oh no, my horrible existence is coming to an end. How terrible. And he says, I am released. Oh, just feel bad for him. Just feel bad for the guy. And then he gives us a super good ability. Probably not the best of the abilities, because the climbing one is probably the better one. But this is pretty good, the phasing. It's like Grimdark Mega Man. We've just got a new ability. Well, Raziel.
Am I reduced to this? A ghoul, a fratricide.
Elevated, Raziel, not reduced. Consuming Melchiah's soul has endowed you with a new gift. Insubstantial barriers such as these are no impediment to you in the spectral realm. Will yourself to pass through, and you shall.
Yep, so now we can phase through certain like gates and barriers, but only while in the spectral realm. But that's fine. So run all the way back up. That block we pulled out earlier. And then phase back in over here. And then that's it. Never have to come back here again. Not gonna not come back to Melchiah's like region again, because there's quite a few upgrades and stuff here. But we never need to come back to this bit again. Which is a shame, because it's kind of a big cool area.
Endowed you with the means to gain entry.
And we will do that.
However, this hollow derelict is abandoned, but not uninhabited.
Oh, because Daddy's home. Right, so what we're going to do is now go and get a bunch of upgrades and optional stuff. So the very first thing we're going to do is go in here. So, throughout the game, there are some puzzle areas, which, when you complete the puzzle, you get a, basically like a spell. And this is the first one you access, and, I mean, it is barely a puzzle. You push down these 3 pillars, and you can get to it straight away. You know, it's really easy to do, and it gives you, the Force Glyph, which makes you do, like, a big kind of shockwave that pushes enemies away. So now we get like a little magic meter as well. And now enemies and yeah, the environment will start giving us like mana, basically. So there are 6 of these, and really only one's very good. It's the fire one, which you get probably about like the 2/3 of the way through the game, and that is then the game that is on easy mode, because fire kills every vampire. So the first 4 of these just like stun enemies. So this one pushes enemies back. It's like a shockwave. Then you get the earth one, which turns things to stone, but you can't like shatter them or anything, I don't think. There's a nice little animation. So you get the earth one, which petrifies enemies. So like if you need to like run away, I guess, if you wanted to do that. There's the sound glyph, which again just like stuns them, which again is fine. But by the time you can get the sound glyph, like the amount of powers you need to get it, you no longer need it. Oh, first health upgrade. Then you get a water glyph, which again just traps, or like, even though water is meant to be deadly vampires, it just stuns them again. Then the fire glyph, which is the easy mode one, because then you just pop a fire glyph, clear a room. And then the last one is the sunlight glyph, which is weirdly the most expensive one to use, even though it can only kill like fledgling vampires. And it's the hardest one to get. Like, it's tucked away in its own little area. Actually, the earth glyph as well is like tucked away in its own like area as well, and it's like quite a elaborate method of getting to it, I suppose. But I am going to get them all. I made that promise that I'm going to do all the glyphs. But first, I'm going to go and get 3 more health upgrades. There are 15 in the game, and so we can get 4 of them basically like straight away, if you know where to look. I suppose you could go to the human citadel and get like even more of them. So the first one, yes. I'm trying to think the easiest way to get to it. No, we want to go to the Raziel stronghold, don't we, and work our way backwards. That's the best way. Then we get all 3. Might as well phase now. Right, that block we moved earlier. Beat up some of these dudes. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, sir. So this is where we fought the first vampires. So I'm actually going to move this over because I remember it was a bit short. So there is one here. Then back to the clans. Shift again. Not even bothering with these guys. And then phase through here. What I really like about this one is that it's on, like, the critical route. Like, you can't miss it. Which I think is pretty good design, because then it introduced, because the other 3 were pretty hidden, but that one you're getting it, and then like you become aware, like, oh, there's all these other health upgrades, I should be on the lookout for them. I'm going to quickly pop to the loot, because as always when I stream, Right, let's carry on. Ignore these dickheads. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to phase in here. And hopefully we can use our nice new force glyph to push them into the water. Got one, that's fine. Right, and then this is fairly annoying. I need to phase again, because there's two sets of these gates to go through. And it's always annoyed me about the Sanctuary of the Clans, that you can't go through this part, like you never find a way, as far as I'm aware, of opening these doors. It's like every time you come back to the Sanctuary of the Clans, you may want to, because there's a reason later on, well, you have to come back here at least once. But yeah, you always have to like phase through, like it's, and then like, you know, get souls and then phase back in. Like, always annoyed me that you could never open those gates. As far as I'm aware, that you can't open them at least. Right, let's go see Dad.
Raziel. Cain. The abyss has been unkind.
Quick reminder, that's what he looked like, and now he's again really benefited from the upscale. Doesn't look terrible in PS1. I think this is like, even PS1 graphics, this game didn't look awful. It looks pretty good.
What have you done with my clan, degenerate? You have no right. What I have made, I can also destroy, child.
Damn you, Cain! You are not God! This act of genocide is unconscionable! Conscience? You dare to speak to me of conscience? Only when you have felt the full gravity of choice should you dare question my judgment. Your life's span is a flicker compared to the mass of doubt and regret that I have borne since Mortanius first turned me from the light. To know the fate of the world hangs dependent on the advisedness of my every deed. Can you even begin to conceive what action you would take in my position?
I would choose integrity, Cain.
Look around you, Raziel. See what has become of our empire. Witness the end of an age. The clans scattered to the corners of Nosgoth. This place has outlasted its usefulness. As have you.
The Soul Reaver, Cain's ancient blade, older than any of us and 1,000 times more deadly. The legends claimed that the blade was possessed and thrived by devouring the souls of its victims.
Ah, who else thrives by devouring the souls of victims? How strange!
Soul Reaver in anger meant dead.
There is a bit of a story spoiler. I might go into it in the next video, next time I stream. But yeah, there's a reason why Raziel's called the Soul Reaver, and Cain's sword is the Soul Reaver, and also that was a really underwhelming boss fight. Although you got to be like pretty good on the timing on that, because otherwise he just insta kills you. Well, he doesn't insta kill you. You go into the spectral realm, and then you eat souls. You come back and you just keep trying
We
again.
are a step closer to our destinies.
Oh, time for an upgrade.
I saw a glint of satisfaction in Cain's eye when the Soul Reaver was destroyed. I did not understand the game that Cain was playing, but I knew the finishing move.
From this moment and ever afterward, you and this blade are inextricably bound. Soul Reaver and Reaver of Souls, your destinies are intertwined. By destroying the sword, you have liberated it from its corporeal prison and restored it to its true form, a raging blade, its energy unbound. No longer a physical blade, it
There we go.
manifest itself in the material realm when your strength is fully restored. Once manifest, it will sustain you.
So always, always, always have it in the spectral realm, have it in the material realm when strength is at full.
What are you, little soul? Another of Cain's creatures come to taunt this bound spectre.
I did not intend to disturb your rest.
Hello, I'm from the first game.
A body is
Hope you played the first game, otherwise you have no idea who I am.
are required to recline. No, child. All I may do is watch and remember, ceaselessly conscious as this wretched world's history unfurls. Ghastly past, insufferable future. Are they
Another
wonders?
significant upgrade.
Am I always here?
How have you come to haunt these pillars?
Cain refused the sacrifice. The pillar of balance, corrupted to its core, stands as a monument to his blind ambition. Now these pillars serve only to bind me here, my prison and eternal home, thanks to the avarice of your master, Cain.
Bastard can claim no allegiance from me.
Then we share a common foe, Raziel. Return here when you have need. Ariel remembers what others have forgotten.
Yeah, so Ariel is from the first game. It's basically like her murder kicks off the whole plot, essentially, because she was the guardian of the balance pillar before Cain was, and like she was murdered in the instant Cain was born. So like the agony and like or madness of her murder infects Cain the second he's born. They go into it a lot more, like in Soul Reaver 2 and some of the other games. They explain more of the backstory and stuff. I didn't know any of this when I played it for the first time. But the lore of Soul Reaver is deep and quite complex because there's a lot of time travel, alternate reality stuff. It gets very weird. It's also very weird. So like, it's like meant to be like a little healing place here. You can come here and like restore your magic, restore your health. The restoring the health seems weird because there's never a time you would come in here and your health would not be full. It's very strange. Right, but now we've got the Soul Reaver. We can go on to the next section, which is the Silence Cathedral, which is probably like the longest section in the game, probably apart from the last bit, the Chronoplast Cave, because this is where I can start busting out the useless trivia. The cathedral was intended to be the last section of the game originally. Like you were meant to fight Cain at the top of the cathedral, and then like ring all the cathedral bells, and the whole point was that it would kill all the vampires in Nosgoth because like the bells were blessed or enchanted, or had a certain like they were essentially like a brown note for vampires. They would just all die when they heard the frequency. But now it is really sort of like the next bit of the game. It is definitely the longest part. Once you get past the cathedral, things then progress at like quite a quick clip.
Your brother Zephon's keep lies far to the east, beyond the ruins that greeted your first exit from the underworld. He and his brood have cocooned themselves in a derelict cathedral, having murdered its human guardians.
That's interesting, because in the cathedral are like human vampire worshippers as well, which is never it's the only place in the game they show up, and there's only like 5 of them, so they show up in like a few sections, and it's so weird why they're included, and there's just no real explanation. Then that they don't show up anywhere else. So again, it's like probably something that was tied into, you know, like the original build of the game before things got finalized. But yeah, the cathedral is a bit of a pain. I hated doing the cathedral when I played this when I was younger. Having done 2 playthroughs quite recently, it's not as bad as I remember, but it is definitely like quite a long section. I don't know whether I just like go ahead and do it now. I could do it now, couldn't I? Get up to Zephon, maybe. And that's then like a good third of the game complete, because I didn't want to do like 3 videos this set. It's not a long game. Right, let's go and set the warp gate, because we do need to come back to here, because there is a health upgrade which you can't get at the moment, and this is also the route to the sunlight glyph, which again we can't get just yet. So I haven't got the required skills. I need to be able to swim. But yeah, it's quite a big difficulty spike, this part, because as I say, the cathedral's like a really long area. It's got quite a few puzzles in it, a lot of block puzzles, and the Zephon vampires are just a pain because they're really quick. They do a ton of damage. Yeah, there's a lot of them. So yeah, and you've just got the Soul Reaver, but having the Soul Reaver makes you feel weirdly frail, because you know, if you're not at full health, you don't have it. Right, so we need to phase through. I think we're just going to do the cathedral. Nice thing about the Soul Reaver, it just completely obliterates whatever it touches. We're just going to run past him. Ah, but yeah, they have like this huge reach on like their swipe attack, and they kind of like do this like lunge as well. It's just a nightmare to deal with them, honestly. So, hop up here. Grab a spear for the road. Might as well spear this guy. He is meant to have a like a little animation where he's like cocooning that human, but I've gone and lost my spear now. Oh, it's fine. Grab a pipe off the wall. Oh, there's one right here. There we go. Don't want to take it. I'm gonna have to lose it like right now, because I have to go into the spectral realm to platform up to the next part.
Once a testament to mankind's defiance of Cain's empire, this towering cathedral now stood derelict. The humans who worshipped here, dead for centuries. Its architects conceived this tower as a holy weapon against the vampire menace, a colossal instrument of brass and stone. The cathedral's pipes, once tuned to blast a deadly hymn, now stood silent, and these vacant spaces whistled their impotence.
Oh, I love a whistled impotence. Right, pop that down. Right, so I did say I am going to do all the secrets and get all the glyphs. There is one hidden up here where you need the climbing, but you also need the telekinetic blast to get it. And it's like, it increases your maximum magic. And this is probably going to be the one that I don't get, because it is a huge pain to come back to that one. Because it's like in such an awkward spot, like in terms of fast travel and stuff. Because you either have to go through all the cathedral bit at the bottom to get to it again, or you go from the next other fast travel point is like at the very top of the cathedral, and you come all the way back down for it, and it's not worth it just to increase like your magic. It's just not worth it. Right, time for one of the most annoying rooms in the game. Right, come on, come back. Right, so this is a room with a pretty big block puzzle in it, but the vampires keep spawning in, and there's no alternate weapons. Now there is a spawn point, so you can just quickly whatever, like kill them, like what? Like I'm gonna have to do now, because it's impossible to do the block puzzles while he's still hanging around. So what we have to do is we have to shift into Spectral, eat a soul, shift back in, and like, let's try this time now. Oh, I hate the Zephon vampires so much. Like this, it's not difficult. It's just annoying. And you would think, oh, okay, well, like, maybe I can stun them and then regenerate the health. No, because now he's fine. Right, there we go. Right, so now I've got enough time to do all this. Right, so... Right, so this one, might as well get it ready. Right, and then this one we have to pull it back, do one, pull back. Oh, it's just so annoying. And then I need to pull another block over. Might as well get this one ready as well. No. So this cathedral is just block puzzles. There's this one. There's at least what? At least another two for the pipes. Another one for a health upgrade. So I'm looking at like 4 of these block puzzles where you have to like keep changing the facing and stuff. And it's just enough to be annoying. Oh, also, they've spawned back in now. All that just to do a little platform here for this extra switch. Just not dealing with that at all. I don't think I need to phase through this one. No, it's open. Good, 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 good. Oh, you dickhead. Alright. So that opens the vent down there. So you can sort of just about see that tunnel mouth there. That is where the sound glyph is, but say the sound glyph of all the glyphs is probably the most pointless one. Because the earth glyph at least is an area where there's like a health upgrade, so like, and it's just like a block puzzle, so like you might as well. But the sound glyph you have to like actually put like some effort into doing it. It's just not worth it. Also, I've just noticed that is a climbable wall, but I don't think I've ever climbed it. There can't be anything good over there. There's no upgrades. Oh, so I wonder then. Anyway. Right, let's go and do another block puzzle. I just realised, like, you could... There we go, there's the vampire cultists. I just realised you could run past these rooms and not do it, which would be such a shame, because you need to do these. Because it opens up a bit later on that you have to do, and just like I would hate to think you'd get so that you would get to the area that's much further on, then realize you have to come back and do this bit. I mean, like, you're passing like a doorway, and you'd be like, oh, I'll, you know, explore in here and stuff. Ow. Thanks, camera. Alright, second favourite spear. The giant pipe off the wall. Right. So in this block puzzle, I have to line up the pipes. See, in the wall there, in the alcoves, there's like these little holes. So yeah, just got to do that. So that is like an L-shaped one, I think. Oh no, that is 3. So haven't played this enough to know exactly where each one goes. It does make a nice satisfying click when you get the right one in. That I think is 2, yeah. So that shatters one of these glass domes. So there are 4 of these. Thankfully, only 2 of them are shattered by block puzzles. The other 2 are done by pretty simple... I don't know how to describe them, really. Like matching a tone, like a sound. Yeah. Right. Second to last block puzzle. We've got one more after this one. But yeah, it's exactly the same... Oh, battery's low again. Right. It's best to kill these, isn't it? Oh, I'd like to kill them. Alright, come on. Right, just keep hitting him, keep him stunned. Things like, even if they kill me, like, I wouldn't have died. Because, I would have just gone to the spectral realm, I've just eaten some souls, and just back. So, at least, like, you can't lose a combat. It's just annoying. I mean, I do like this game, but... Some bits of it are quite annoying. Like this. It's just so many block puzzles. There's so much of this. That's right. At the end of the game, we'll get rotation puzzles instead. When we get the constrict ability, and we have to run around objects in circles to turn them clockwise or anti-clockwise, and they just throw in a bunch of those right at the very end. That one. All right. Okay, gobble some souls. Good. Right. So now we have to hit this bell. Glide down here. Hit this bell. which makes that break. So now we run back, because the goal here is we're trying to move this block, basically, that's blocking the way forward. And there is a lever up there, which only opens that for like a little while, and you can't run back there quick enough. What you're meant to do is turn the lever, go back into the spectral realm, where, you know, time stands still essentially, and then run down, but you can't normally run down there because you have to go through either a door, and that window is blocking the way. So the bells shatter that window, so now we can shift. Where's the... Oh, it's up there, is it? Yeah. Surprise this poor cultist here. And then turn this wheel. And then hooray, it's open forever. But now we're going to go and get that 5th health upgrade so we can upgrade our health spiral. Hop across. This is the last block puzzle for a while, I promise. It's hidden in there, but once again, let's phase through. Right, so there's 8 blocks in this puzzle, which is excessive, I feel. Just this vampire was like, what the hell's he doing? Better not be messing around with my blocks. Took me ages to get them how I wanted them. And then the second lot of blocks come down. It's fun, isn't it? Alright. Now I want to say... Oh no, I'm going to have to rotate some of these. Oh, God. Alright, last one. Where is it? That's there. Okay. So that way. That way. And then flip. Hurrah! And then see ya. We're just gonna avoid these guys. Okay. Run along this bit. Is there something this way? Ah, it's my friends! The friends, the vampire hunters. But not dealing with them. Just not dealing with Zephon vampires. Right, so we need to break the other two bowls. Or shells, whatever you want to call them. I think I'm trying to dredge up my knowledge. I think it's the ones that are like closest to the camera. That's how I remember it. And then I think on the other side it's the ones that are furthest from the camera. I think. Weird what sticks in your head with games. Yep. Thing is, like, there's only 3 pipes you can do, so you work it out. You could brute force it pretty quickly. Do I need to phase back through? Yes, because there was a gate, wasn't there? Yeah. Right, this really annoys me that there's not a portal nearby. You have to, like, run back here. That's deliberately annoying. Right. And then operate all of these. glide up to the next bit. Right, so we have to do these pipes quickly. Right, so this is like the penultimate section of the cathedral. It's basically you have to like do the little cutscene. Also, it's great, and it just drops you in here with the vampire who's ready to go. It's two fully grown ones. So that opens up. Basically, it's this pipe that takes us up to the boss area. And you have to find like the 3 valves. Right, I am just gonna... Nope. Thanks, telekinesis. Just gonna open this up. Just gonna ignore these guys. I think I need to phase through anyway. Oh, that was cool. Got him in like mid-jump. Yes, there's 3 valves I need to find. So the first one is here in the big pipe room. Phase again. Getting a lot of mileage out of the phasing ability. That bell does nothing when it's hit other than summon some vampires, so we're not going to do that. Second valve. Now apparently... Oh! Got the buttons wrong. But apparently you can kill vampires by flipping blocks on them. In fact, there's a trophy for it, which I never knew. That is something I learned only in this remastered edition. And that was a pain to set up, but I should do it. Oh my god, so many of them. It's just not worth the trouble. And then the last valve is all the way up there. Well, I need to push the pipe down, and then the valve is at the top. So, just going to ignore them all. Then we're going to phase. Because now we can go back, because that pipe is now blowing at maximum blowage. Man, I remember this cathedral giving me so many problems when I was younger. But, like, replaying it now, I've gone through it in about half an hour. And it always felt like it took so much longer. And was, like, so much harder. Like, it is definitely, I think, a bit of a difficulty spike. Because, you know, you're still... It's still fairly on in the game. You haven't got like a lot of upgrades. But it's like not that difficult. I don't know, maybe because like the block puzzles, it takes longer, so maybe like that feels like it's harder, just because it takes more time, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it's like not that bad. And that is, like, it is by far, I think, the longer, you know, apart from the final Chronoplast chamber. Actually, ooh. No, like, Damar's, like, the Stronghold, that is a big level, but it doesn't take that long, because it's not as many puzzles. I don't know. Or, like, they don't take as long, or they don't feel as difficult, maybe, because it's towards the end of the game. I don't know. But, yeah, absolutely smashed through the cathedral. I always forget which way to turn. Is it this way? Yes, pretty sure it's this way. Yep, right. Boss time! Yeah, Zephon. Who, yeah, again, has had a bit of a glow-up. Yep.
Your visage becomes you.
Becomes a giant alien queen.
Reflection of your soul.
And you are not his handsome Raziel anymore. His precious firstborn son turned betrayer. You have missed so many changes, little Raziel.
Look around you. Take a shot every time a character in Soul Reaver says look around you.
Become my home. Indeed, my body. A cocoon of brick and granite from which to watch a pupilling world.
A crevice in which to cower, only scuttling from the shadows to devour a victim already ensnared in your cowardly trap. But you've made the mistake of leaving me unbound, and it is you who must succumb to my will.
Will, instinct, reflex action. The insect mind finds little difference. I warn you, brother. As my stature has grown, so it is matched by my appetite. Step forward, morsel.
Right. Again, puzzle boss. So he will stab down with his legs. Occasionally bend down and bite like that. Hit a leg. He then poops out an egg, which we grab. Take back to this convenient flamethrower. And then throw an egg at him. He's like, oh god, that really hurt. Oh god, better not do that again. Just stop laying eggs. If you're going to leave an open flame in your house, like, what do you expect? Oh, I actually missed. Oh no! There we go. Ah, this was so avoidable! Right, not the best upgrade, probably the most useful one, the climbing one. because the best one is the Force Blast. That is the best upgrade in the game.
Zephon's apostate soul has bestowed on you a new gift. Like his vampire spawn, you're able to scale certain walls which are otherwise impassable, but only in the physical realm. In the spirit world, these insubstantial edifices will not support you.
Cool, got a new ability.
In the mountains beyond the pillars, Nosgoth's cataclysms have exposed an ancient crime. Endowed with Zephon's soul, you may now progress where your path was hitherto
The two impeded. What I love about this game, everyone talks like they're in a Shakespeare play. It's very purple. It's such purple prose. Right, so what I'm going to do, now that I've got the climbing ability, there are 2 health upgrades I'm going to go and get. Because I can immediately get them now. And then... yeah, probably call it a day for there, I think. So first one is... might as well do it here. It's probably the quickest way of getting to it. It's the oh no, I could have gone through that warp gate hidden in like the mountain area, I suppose. It's fine. This works as well. There's another one. And the other one is by the... oops, splashed my feet a little. Lost the Soul Reaver. Whoops. But the other one is in Melchiah's area, by the lake. Oh, there's also an upgrade there we can get that needs the Soul Reaver to get it, so we'll do that as well. That increases our maximum magic, so we'll do that. Oh, now it's all dark. They added a day-night cycling, because I don't think this was in the original. Oh, it might have been, because the graphics are the same. But yeah, it does make it quite dark, which I don't love, if I'm honest. Because there was one point this way that went back to the cathedral to do some backtracking, and it was like pitch black. Just like could not see at all. So I don't know if that's been like patched or something. I hope so. So we want Melchiah. Grab a torch, because I need to kill something. And so I need the soul, because I need the Soul Reaver for the bit I want to do. Ah, that wasn't enough. Oh, let's grab a stick. Because I know there's another vampire on the other side. Actually, I don't need to kill this one. There's some fledglings inside. We'll get them instead. Let's block here. Whack the Soul Reaver in. Oh, yo! You've caught me right at the end of it. I was just going to call it a day here. I'm just running around getting some upgrades. So I've been playing for nearly 2 hours.
With this artifact, your glyph energy capacity is increased.
Alright, so that's the health upgrades. That's the mana one. What else could we do? You know what? Let's get to the next sort of story beat. That's fair enough. Well, I'll be putting the whole thing on YouTube anyway. If you want to watch the whole thing later. Let's shift back. How embarrassing. My controllers keep running out of charge. They are old controllers, to be fair, so they probably not hold much of a charge anymore. To be fair, it's a little bit of a difficult jump. It is like slightly too far, I would say, for where you have to glide. It's slightly too far, I would say, for the tutorial jump. So yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But there is we're coming up really soon on the Drowned Abbey. That requires a lot of platforming. Over instant death water, which is a whole bunch of fun. Where do we need to go? There. Alright. I'm gonna get up to the... I don't think I'll go into the tomb, because that's where we're going now. But I'll get up to the warp point, I think, and then that should take us up to 2 hours, kind of on the dot. Oh, it's the best. Janky platforming is the best kind of platforming. Oh, I've completely turned around now. This way.
The ancient tomb of the Seraphim, once impenetrably sealed, now ravaged by Nosgoth's upheavals, its mysteries lay exposed. In the time of Vorador, centuries before Cain was made, the Seraphim warrior priests waged a merciless war against the vampire tribes of Nosgoth. Emboldened by righteousness, they committed unspeakable and indiscriminate acts of violence, massacring fledglings and ancients alike. They decimated entire bloodlines in mere decades. Now, their husks lay here, murderers enshrined.
It's really funny about Raziel and the and his opinions on the Sarafan, because he goes, it's here, isn't it? I think, yeah. Because he goes from like, they're all murderers because they killed a bunch of vampires, but then he's like, wait, I hate vampires because Cain is a vampire, and I used to be a vampire, and Cain killed me, so actually no, the Sarafan were the good guys because vampires were the worst. And then he flips back like, oh no, wait, no, they were the worst. They were bad people. Cool, so that is 2 hours on the nose. I've opened up a fast travel, so that's good. So we will save. Where's best to save? Let's do that one, number 4. Cool, so I will be back to this tomorrow, probably same sort of time. Generally probably over a third of the way through the game already if we're at 2 hours. So it's not a long game at all, and a lot of it is obviously tied up in dialogue scenes and cutscenes and stuff. So next time I imagine we'll probably get all the way up to maybe like Dimar. That would make sense, wouldn't it? And then if I need to do a third one like on Saturday, then that can be like getting all the upgrades and stuff and finishing and finishing the game. So yeah, we'll do that. So let's save one more time because I'm paranoid. Vampires are the worst, and Seraphim also the worst. Everyone, including Cain, is the worst. Basically, everyone is the worst. Everyone in Nosgoth is just the worst. Alright, okay, so we will call it there, I think, for today. And good. Well, hope you enjoyed the sort of 10 minutes you showed up. I say I'll put the whole thing up on YouTube anyway. Best more tomorrow.